One of us has been in a mall during a shooting. Three of us have had family members who were in the same building as the shooting. We have all seen or heard of stories of school shootings like Sandy Hook and Columbine. Most of us have heard of the Naval Yard shootings and the Fort Hood shootings and other shootings that have happened in gun-free zones. Some say these could not have been prevented. I think we can do something. Gun-free zones are vulnerable to attack from those who would want to hurt others with no retaliation. Nearly every day, each of us passes by a gun-free zone. We're currently in one. If we were attacked right now, there's nothing any of us can do to protect ourselves. This is something I have spent countless hours researching and devising a solution to. I'm currently in the process of preparing a proposal to send to our state Congress. I'm first going to explain the issue and how it came to be. I will then give you a brief overview of what I believe is the most effective solution to the issue, and then I will explain things that you can do to help in my effort. According to Wikipedia, the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990 was signed into law, and there have been nearly 10 times as many school attacks as in the 100 years before since then. We can remember recent shootings that have happened in other gun-free zones, such as malls and movie theaters. The movie theater that was selected by James Holmes during the shooting in Aurora, Colorado, was not because it was the closest, but because guns were banned by the owner just weeks before. Fox News stated this was put into the police report. The Harvard Journal of Law and Public Policy stated that not only are individual locations good examples of the vulnerability of gun-free zones, but cities and entire nations can be used as examples. One of those close to home is the city of Chicago. There, it is illegal to possess a firearm outside of your home, in essence creating a gun-free zone for the entire city. It, however, has one of the highest murder and gun crime rates of the entire country. Gun-free zones enable criminals with the intent of killing mass numbers of people to choose from numerous locations that they can feel safe. It allows them to attack unprotected masses with the knowledge that they will meet no resistance. Now that you understand how serious the matter has become over the last few decades, let me explain why the issue has evolved. These gun-free zones have been attacked on multiple occasions with similar results. Police forces are not able to be everywhere at once, and many places cannot afford to hire private security forces. With police response rate averaging 7 minutes across the nation, hundreds of victims can be attacked before police are even on site during a shooting at a gun-free zone. With normal law-abiding citizens prohibited from enabling themselves to protect others, they are left helpless until law enforcement arrives. Because of this, I ask that you listen to my solution and stand with me on the issue. There are a few steps that must be taken in the solution I feel is best to resolve the issue. First is that thing that must be done is to repeal the Gun-Free School Zone Act of 1990 and make it unconstitutional. This law has created precedents for other gun-free zones to be declared, and new laws must be created to enforce the safety in the areas that had once been gun-free zones. It does not mean that I feel anyone should be able to carry a firearm into a school. Schools other than colleges and universities will still be off limits for people to carry firearms except trained individuals. Colleges will be treated differently because they are not a requirement for individuals to attend and will be treated as if they were businesses. Also, many universities are so large that they encompass public areas that you cannot restrict as you would a normal school. Businesses, colleges, and universities will still be able to opt to remain gun-free zones to the public. They, however, will have to abide by a set of rules so that they can protect those they are prohibiting from carrying firearms. Each gun-free zone must train and arm a specific number of employees to protect those within. Schools and universities will base the number off of student population. Businesses will base the number off their maximum capacity. With a group of 1,000 unarmed people, only 13 to 15 employees are needed to effectively defend every single one of them. No gun-free zone will have less than 3 trained employees at any time, however. The next thing that must be done is to set up the rules and laws that of who can carry and who can be declared as lawful to carry inside of the areas. First, I will talk about schools. Schools can abide by the proposed rules in a few ways. First, they can pay local police forces to patrol their grounds. They can hire private security forces, or they can train current employees to do the same work that the police or security forces would do. These can be teachers or janitors, they could be cafeteria staff, secretaries, anybody that works inside of the school. Businesses are slightly different. They will not be able to hire police officers because police officers will normally be patrolling the areas that they are located in, but they aren't always there. They will be able to hire private security forces or employees as their security. Those who are selected to carry firearms in these areas must pass a selection process similar to becoming a police officer for the municipality they are in. Think back to the Sandy Hook shooting. Remember the scenes of the terrified parents and teachers and students. Imagine if on that day new regulations were in place. I see a very different picture. I see a boy walking into a school with a gun who obviously looks out of place because he is too old. I see a secretary seeing him and sounding an alarm. Next, a group of faculty members converge on his location in the hallway with each of their guns drawn in as they were trained. I see them ending that situation before it ever really started, with no innocent children having lost their lives. I feel that is a much better solution to this situation. I ask that you begin to think of other things that we can do to solve this issue. I ask that, like me, you begin to write down your ideas and prepare them in a way that our senators will take notice. Send them in. I ask that you sign a petition that I have created on whitehouse.gov to implement the full proposal that I have devised. This will get the ball rolling on solving the issue. I hope that you have all come to realize the seriousness of this issue that I have presented. I hope that you will take time to think about this on your own and create something that you feel will solve the issue as well. I hope that my petition will have at least 20 signatures as well after tonight.